Hey guys, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I am so excited to show you that I got the Pure RawBeautyKristi collab palette. This thing took me 9.5 hours to get, and I am so excited I was able to get my hands on it, and it is here. It got here super quick. I think this went up Sunday, if I'm correct. Today is Wednesday, so I'm very happy I got this so quickly. Really excited to test it out and show you guys what I think of the palette. So if you don't know who RawBeautyKristi is, you should. She just hit 1 million subscribers. She is newly pregnant after years of infertility. I'm so happy for her, and now she has this collab. In her collab, she came out with the palette, which is a dual-sided, so I will show you. So you can see the one side is your neutral side, and then the other side is your colorful side. I am so excited to get into all these shadows. Now, a little thing about the palette is that it is, again, dual-sided. The packaging can be recycled when you're done with it, and it is a completely cruelty-free vegan palette. It is a pressed pigment palette, which means that some of the colorful shadows may stain your eyes, but I do have eye primer on today, so hopefully that won't happen. I am very excited for this. She also did all of the artwork on the front of the palette, so you can see she has her cats on there, her husband's on there in the friends frame. She's got Washington, a microphone, "You're Not My Real Dad," and then the heart with her hands. It's very cute, very Kristi. Along with the palette, there were 2 sets of lashes that came out with this. I did not get either set of lashes just because I am currently on a false lash hiatus. They're not really great to wear for your skin because when you take them off at night, you pull your skin and it can actually cause wrinkles. So I am avoiding wearing lashes for the time being, but now I see people with them and I kind of wish I had gotten them. So there's a possibility I am going to buy those lashes in the future, but I don't currently have them. But what I mostly wanted was the palette, so I picked up this palette. I also picked up some of the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation in LN4. I had already had my foundation done when this came. I literally was just about to do my eye makeup, and then this showed up and I was like, oh my god, I have to film and use this. I'm so excited. So I'm not going to test this foundation out today, but I did swatch it and it looks like it'll match me, so that's good. I just used their matching system. And then they also sent me, I guess, a free eyeliner because I didn't order this. Maybe this was like my present for being like, hey, so sorry you had to wait 9.5 hours to get the palette. Not 100 on that, but I got this brown eyeliner. So that's everything I got from them. But today we're just gonna be testing out the palette because truly this is what everyone cares about. So first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and swatch everything. So we're gonna swatch the neutral side first, and how I'm gonna do this look is I'm gonna do one eye neutral, one eye colorful. I'm going to attempt to use every single shade in this palette on my eyes today. Hopefully it works out and like looks decent. Let me go ahead, get you the swatches, and I will show them off. I'll also probably post these swatches on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it is at MEG214. I have my personal Instagram on there, so it is kind of a mix of like my personal life, beauty, and also some graphic design work I do. So if that's interesting to you, go ahead and follow me on there. I do post a lot on there as well. I posted when I got this, I posted my order confirmation and stuff, so you'll get a lot of quicker updates than other people will. Okay guys, so here is the neutral side of the palette. Okay, yeah, that works. You can see it. These are some of the best swatches I've done, and they're not even that good. So I'll go ahead and read you the swatch names. Let me get a little bit closer. Okay, so right here we have Camelot, then we have Copper Boxes, have B, It Just Does, Golden Ticket, Told You, My Whole Heart, Moo Point, and You're Not My Real Dad, which is hilarious. So those are all of the neutral shades. Now let me go ahead and do the colorful side. And now we have the swatches with the colorful side. So let me get closer and show you them. So we have Flavor Town, Am I Orange, Dandelion, Garden State, Cafe Disco, Hurtful, Tribute, Side Effect, and Lumos. Now, Kristi did do a release video and she went into all the details as to why she named all of the colors what she did. I know like Cafe Disco is from The Office. There were different reasons for all of her shade names. I highly suggest you go and watch that if you are curious about the shade names. Let's go ahead and get into the 2 looks. Okay, I am sitting a lot closer, you guys, now so you can see more what I'm doing. I did put on a Yensa lip oil because my lips were a little bit dehydrated. Also, I'm sorry if you see like my head jerk a lot. there's a fly flying around in here right now and it's really annoying me, but it's fine. Okay, so I think first I'm gonna go into the neutral side and we're gonna do this one. I used this e.l.f. eye primer. It seems to work pretty well, so I'm a fan of it. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is go into My Whole Heart, and I'm just gonna use this as a little eyeshadow to kind of work everything else on, and this is just gonna kind of set my base for my eyeshadow look. It does have a little bit of kickback, but that might just be because it's a new palette. That does happen a lot with new palettes. So we have the base on. Next, I'm gonna use my SL Miss Glam brush, and we're going to go ahead. I think I'm gonna go into Copper Boxes right here. Ooh, there is a lot of kick up in this right now. I am so excited that I got this palette. This palette, like I said, literally took me 9.5 hours to get. I think it was like 5:30 to 6, something like that. I actually got all the way through. I was about to press confirm and then it kicked me out, and that's I guess when the queuing system started. So I was like number 4,000 something in line. I was like so angry, but luckily you didn't have to stay in the queue. They just sent you an email when it was about to be your turn. But yeah, I was so frustrated because I do really like pure eyeshadows, and I really like RawBeautyKristi, obviously, because I waited 9.5 hours for this palette. If that's not commitment, I don't know what is. Next, I think I'm gonna go into Told You, and I'm gonna put this in the lower portion of the crease. Yeah, there is a ton of kickback in this right now, but it's very pigmented. As you can see, it's all going on really nicely. And I'm just kind of trying to ombre out my eyes in the crease, give a lot of dimension. So now that we have the crease shades in, I'm gonna use the Complex Culture brush again, and I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and dip into It Just Does. I really like this shade. So I'm gonna actually put this on the inner portion of my eye. Put it on right there like that. I really like this color. I think it's really pretty. It's like a nice corally color. You know something funny? I'm like keep wanting to go and do it to the other eye, and I keep having to remind myself like, no, that's not what we're doing today. Now I think I'm gonna go into the shade Camelot right here, and we're gonna pick it up again with the Complex Culture brush, and I'm gonna put this more towards the outer portion of the eyelid. And I just want to blend these two colors together. So Kristi said that she wanted to do a lot of mattes for this because she felt like people always did like large shimmery palettes, so there's just a shimmer on each side, just one. And I totally understand that because I definitely think that most of the time there's always a lack of mattes, which I really like shimmery shades, but you need mattes to really build the look in my opinion. So I'm happy she did that. I went back into It Just Does, by the way, just to blend that out a little bit better. Ooh, that looks good. Now I'm gonna go into B, and I'm going to stick this on the outer corner, and I'm gonna take it and just blend it into the crease a little bit. I just want to say, by the way, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just trying my best here. Okay, next we're gonna go into You're Not My Real Dad, and I'm gonna take this little Bogoss brush, which is just a tiny little shader brush, and go ahead and just apply this right under the waterline on the outer portion. I think what I'm gonna do is take this and just try to smoke this out a little bit because it's a little bit intense for me right now. I don't know if I want it to be quite this intense. So then I'm gonna go in and take Moo Point, which is the purple mauve shade, and I'm gonna put this also under the waterline, and I'm gonna do this to just brighten up just a little bit since that You're Not My Dad shade was so dark. And then I'm gonna take It Just Does one more time and put this under as well. Awesome. Okay, and now I'm gonna go into Golden Ticket and highlight. And we're just doing a nice inner corner highlight and of course a brow bone highlight. I'm glad that she did put one shimmer shade in because I just always feel the need to highlight. I don't like not highlighting. It just bothers me for whatever reason. So I'm happy she did put one shimmer shade in because this is great for highlighting. Really pretty. Lower it so we're nice and blended out. Let me take this SL Miss Glam brush and just real quickly. All right, so The neutral side is done. Now let's go into the colorful side. Okay, so now we got the colorful side. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I wanna do this the same type of way I did this eye. So we're gonna go into Lumos, and that's actually gonna be the base that we're gonna do because it's the lightest shade and it's white, so it's fairly close to my skin tone because I'm very pale. Now we're gonna go and use this SL Miss Glam brush and go into the crease. I think what I'm gonna do is actually go into Am I Orange, and this is gonna be our crease shade, our upper crease shade. It's amazing how pigmented these are. This looks really good. Let me know down in the comments below if you would like to see me do more of these types of videos. I do enjoy them, but I am not a makeup artist. I'm just showing you how I like to do my makeup. I mean, sometimes I like to do really simple, quick looks, but I also really enjoy doing these more complex 9-shade looks. So let me know. All right, now I'm gonna go into Dandelion, which is the yellow. And this is gonna go into the lower portion of the crease. Again, I wanna create a gradient like I did in this one. I don't know if this is looking too Cheeto puffy, but I'm okay with it. I'm just gonna go back real quick into Am I Orange and just get a little bit closer to the corner. Oh, that's so much better. So you can see the nice gradient. Now I'm gonna go with this Complex Culture brush, and I think I'm gonna actually go into the pink, which is Side Effect. And this is gonna go on the inner portion of the eye. Just going to blend it out. It's great because these shadows are so pigmented that it's basically taking me no time at all to complete this look. Love how pigmented this is. Okay, I think next I'm gonna go into the purple because I wanna balance out the cool and the warm tones that are on here. I can hear the fly, but there's the purple shade, and this is called Tribute. I forgot to say that, sorry. And then we're gonna go back into Side Effect and just clean up on the eyelid. All right, next I think I'm gonna go into Hurtful, and this is gonna go on the outer corner. This is the blue shade in the palette. We're just gonna blend in. Don't worry, I am gonna clean up the edges at the end. By the way, I'm using a color switch to get some of the pigment off. It doesn't get all of it off, but it gets it off enough that you won't have any transfer. So sorry if I'm shaking the table slightly. I'm not trying to. Now we're gonna take the Garden State shade, and this is gonna go underneath. You can hear the fly. Okay, let's go into Flavor Town now. I indirectly made the under part of this eye Christmas, but it's fine. I'm also gonna pick up a Side Effect like I did with the other eye and just put it right there, right in the center. Okay, finally, I'm gonna go into the shimmery shade, which is Cafe Disco. Love The Office. Although I have to admit, I'm a Parks and Rec girl at heart. I like that show slightly better because I love Leslie Knope and she's my spirit animal. Don't get me wrong, still love The Office, but Leslie Knope, one of my favorite all-time characters. Then we're gonna just do what we did before and use this to blend out a bit on the top. I think this is gonna be the look. I'm gonna go ahead, finish up my entire face, finish up the eyes, then we're gonna come back and talk about the palette. Hey guys, I am back and my makeup is done. My hair is normal again. So here are the final looks. You can see on my eyes. So I am really happy with how the looks turned out, and I don't know if you can tell, but I actually did 2 different sides of my face. The only thing that's the same is the Benefit Goof Proof Brow and the Thrive Cosmetics Mascara. So on the neutral side, we have the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Bali Sands, the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, and the Balm Cosmetics Auto Balm Blush in Houston. And on the colorful side, the adventurous side, if you will, we have the Thrive Cosmetics Bronzer in the shade Rhea. We have the Too Faced Duo of Blush in the shade Papaya Pop. And we also have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter in the shade Royal Calyx. Those are our products we have on. Now, if I were to do lip colors, which I'm not going to because it's just gonna annoy me to have 2 different lip colors, colors on. I would do this for the neutral side, and this is actually the KVD Vegan Beauty Studded Lipstick in the shade Prayer. And on the other side, I would have the Dose of Colors Liquid Lip in the shade Bury Me Too. It's much more of a bright purple. Overall, I would say as far as the palette goes, this palette is just really nice. The shadows are super pigmented, super blendable. I didn't have to go in more than once many times, maybe twice if I was trying to blend it a bit more, but they go on really nicely, super pigmented. That is my preference when it comes to shadows. I'm not into building them up a lot. I like for something to be a little bit quicker and just go. I'm a big fan of the palette. I love that it's dual-sided. It makes it perfect for travel. I love that. I could definitely just take this palette and be fine. I wouldn't need to bring multiple eyeshadow palettes. This would be good enough for me. So I am a big fan of the concept of this. Normally with 18 pan palettes, you have a lot, and normally when I travel, I'm at least bringing 2 palettes. So it's like I have 2 in 1 with this. Now I'm probably gonna use more of the colorful side just because I'm more of a colorful eyeshadow person, or I might mix the neutrals with the colorful eyeshadows, but I know I'll probably be using the colorful eyeshadows a lot. Definitely think it is worth the $34 that it costs. I would say that if you can get your hands on the restock, that you should definitely do it. It is definitely worth the money. It is such a nice palette, so pigmented. I mean, you can see these swatches. They are really nice colors. I'm a really big fan of the palette just in general, and I think it is, again, well worth the $34. You can also find plenty of 20% off codes if you are interested. I used Trend Mood as my 20% off code for the palette, and I'm very just pleased with it. I'm so happy with how it performed. Now I am definitely going to use it a couple more times. Like I said, this was just my first impressions, but so far I'm very happy with the palette, and I'm very excited to try it out some more. Those are my final thoughts on the palette, and I'm just so happy for Kristi that she was able to get this collaboration, and hopefully the restock goes a little bit smoother than the initial launch, since again it did take me 9.5 hours to get a palette, and I know there were plenty of other people waiting much longer than I was. That's all for today, guys. Let me know down in the comments below if you were also able to get your hands on the palette. If not, let me know if you're going to be purchasing the restock, or if you're going to be purchasing it at all. I would love to hear down in the comments below. Also, let me know if you'd like to see more of these types of videos or a full face of makeup. I wouldn't mind doing it. I definitely do my makeup a little differently than a lot of other people, so if you would like to see that, let me know down in the comments below. Again, I'm not a makeup artist, so just so you know. Thank you so much for watching. Before you go, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button so that you are notified whenever I upload new content. I do a lot of beauty related content on here, so if you find that interesting, go ahead and subscribe. That is all for today, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good one.